Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Dallas Mavericks. And right now for Dallas, they certainly seem to be on a mission. They haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay, I thought you said Monday.
Like mundane Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
The crowd has assembled in Indianapolis, Indiana, looking for a Pacers win today. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. And this is a one-and-done trip for Dallas before going back to their Mavericks fans. And, of course...
Speed and agility, guys. I mean, he went right to the defense and took it to the rim.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Matthews with it. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Lets it go from deep. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Pachulia. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Raptors.
And in that game, guys, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
The Pacers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Ellis. They get the rebound. George, no good.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Nowitzki, good.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And George kicks to Ellis. That doesn't go either for Ellis. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Count that one. Nowitzki's got his second bucket.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
George passes to Ellis. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Nowitzki. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Hill kicks to George. Pass to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Ellis with it. Matthews covering. And that one's good. George.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against the Suns.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And it's Ellis finishing it off.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Shot's good by Williams.
Dirk Nowitzki, he can dish the rock, too.
The Pacers have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. They set the pick. Pick up by Hill. George dishes to Turner. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
What they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Lets it go. Matthews, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Hill, rejected by Nowitzki. And they're moving it up. Here's Matthews, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Ellis, that's good.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And that one's good. And it's 8 points for Nowitzki.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23-18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's the feed to Gooden. The baseline jam. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
You know, for the Pacers in their 23-18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
Indiana leading. Outside Hill. Ellis outside. The shot by George, wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive end, even in a down year.
One thing that can be said for Dirk is that he has been incredible in terms of an ambassador for the game. We know he's a Hall of Fame player, but what he's done off the floor and just everything for the European player coming into this league has been groundbreaking.
And Kevin, for me, he was an inspiration. I mean, he really opened the doors for a lot of European players to come over, and not just come over, but to be impactful. As you mentioned, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and that really has set the stage for this infusion of making our game truly global.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Felton comes in for Chandler Parsons, and Barea subbed in for Williams. The Mavericks trailing. Over in the corner, Matthews. The 3 ball. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. And that's now 10 points for Wesley Matthews.
And you know, you think about Dirk's impact. Certainly the NBA saw more and more European players come over after Dirk. He wasn't the first Euro, but he certainly has been perhaps the most popular.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay. And one thing that should be noted with Dirk and his opening up of things with Europe, we now see a lot of American players go to Europe to play, to develop skills, and so on. Both leagues benefit greatly from the impact of Dirk Nowitzki.
And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. Dallas has gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Felton the pass to Nowitzki. Here's Matthews, and another basket for Dallas.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Ellis, that's good.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Back to Felton. Here's Barea, and another basket for Dallas.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And George kicks to Turner. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Matthews, and it's sent back by George. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Hill. And again, it's Indiana.
That's 4 connections and 5 tries now for him in what's been a great first quarter.
Hill against Matthews. Barea kicks to Felton. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Felton's got his first bucket in this one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Shots good by Turner.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Felton, money from the wing. Felton's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, what a nice looking shot by Raymond Felton. My goodness, he's smooth.
Back to George. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
Coach told me that he knows they have a tough assignment in Dirk Nowitzki. We talked about what makes Dirk so difficult to defend against, and he pointed to Dirk's ability to hit jumpers when he is seemingly completely off balance, saying it'll look like he's falling over, then he just turns and flips the ball in. I know I've seen Dirk do that on more than one occasion, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Pacers trail by 6. And George kicks to Turner. Drains it from 17 feet out. Turner's got 8 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Here's Ellis. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miami's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Drew Gooden. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. And Dallas also making a switch. Powell's checked in. They set the pick. Here's Miles. And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Your Pacers, C.J. Miles. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Miles. Mavericks last season, Clark, were very tough down the stretch in games. Had a lot of players that shined all the time during crunch time.
Well, when you've got guys like Dirk and Monte that can create their own shot, it gives you a chance to win close games. It's a big reason they were 6-0 in overtime games, in my opinion.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Chalmers is checked in.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Here's Hill. Powell pulls it in.
And the Mavs won close ones, as you said, but they knew how to close games out in general. 36-2 last year when winning going into the fourth quarter. And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Mavericks leading by 4. Nowitzki dishes to Powell. Over in the corner, Chalmers. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, I tell you, that's what veteran teams do. it gives you a chance to win close games. It's a big reason they were 6-0 in overtime games, in my opinion.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Chalmers has checked in.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Here's Hill. Powell pulls it in.
And the Mavs won close ones, as you said, but they knew how to close games out in general. 36-2 last year when winning going into the fourth quarter. And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this. A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Mavericks leading by 4. Nowitzki dishes to Powell. Over in the corner, Chalmers. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, I tell you, that's what veteran teams do. I mean, they close out games. They know how to finish. The Mavs have the leadership and presence to not let any lead slip away by being inattentive to details.
Here's Mahimi. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Hill kicks to Mahimi. Dishes to Miles. Down low. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Now Barea. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Mavericks ahead, leading by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
For 3.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Chandler Parsons. Powell is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Chalmers in a 2-guard. The pass to Miles. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Miles has got 7 points in the game. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Barea with it. He's picked up by Hill, and Parsons gets it to go.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Pacers trail by 12. To the paint, here's Miles. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Barea, the pass to Nowitzki. He feeds it to Powell. Goes up on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Here's Parsons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Parsons got 4 points this quarter.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Pick up by Hill. Inside, and stolen by Nowitzki. Ball going up court. Stops, pops, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And now a 12-point Maverick lead. The Pacers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Hill kicks to Stuckey. To the inside. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got his second bucket.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Parsons against Hill. Offensive rebound. Nowitzki dishes to Parsons. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got assist number 5 here tonight.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And the Pacers call time here. And Chandler Parsons really set off a Texas rivalry last year, drafted by the Rockets in the second round. He received an offer sheet in free agency from the team's rival, the Dallas Mavericks. Eventually chose Dallas, injured in the playoffs, hurt a knee, only played the 1 game. But I think they've got great things ahead for him with the Mavs.
Yeah, Parsons was a restricted free agent, so that meant the Rockets could match if they wanted to, but they declined to match Dallas's offer, which sent Parsons packing just up the road in Texas.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. George is checked in for C.J. Miles, and it's Ellis in for Hill.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball. You know, back to the topic of Parsons' free agency, the offer from the Mavs was 3 years, $46 million. Houston didn't want to go that high, so they reluctantly let Parsons leave. Ultimately, Houston filled Parsons' small forward role with the signing of Trevor Ariza. Not bad.
And talking about the Texas showdown over Parsons last year, even his teammates got involved. After Parsons left, James Harden reacted saying that Dwight Howard and Harden were the cornerstones of the Rockets, but that's probably nothing compared to the rivalry that the two teams' ownerships felt.
You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
Ellis kicks to George. Stuckey into the lane. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Dallas leading by 12 for the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in. A lot of Dirk high posts and push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the 3 and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots, and the Mavs did that last season.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Parsons for 3. But they get it back. Pachulia the pass to Parsons. Drains it from beyond the arc. Parsons got 16 points.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Feeds it to Mahinmi. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way defensive.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Here's Pachulia, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Boy, that was a pretty feed from Raymond Felton.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary, and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. And I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Stuckey into the lane. That's good. Stuckey's got 6 in the quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
In the corner, it's Felton. The 3 ball. The shot is off, so Indiana will take it the other way. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management, a way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Dallas on defense. Stuckey kicks to George. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And that's 12 points for Paul George. Mavericks leading by 10. Felton dishes to Williams. Back to Felton. Pachulia the pass to Williams. 3 for Matthews. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Gooden comes in for Jordan Hill.
Drew Gooden.
And Indiana shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Matthews against George. Screen by Ellis. To the paint. Knocked loose. Pachulia with the steal. Here's Felton. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Felton has got 11.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
George double teamed. Here's Turner. It's deflected. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Passes it to Pachulia. Here's Powell, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Nice shot by Felton. Felton has got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And a wide open look here for Ellis. And a miss there off the inbound. Mavericks leading by 16. Lets it go from 11. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Powell's got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Gooden with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it, the fast break chance. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Outside Matthews. Back to Williams. Here's the 3. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay. And, you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Gooden with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it, the fast break chance. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Outside Matthews. Back to Williams. Here's the three. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay. And, you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around 3.
That's a 2 from Matthews. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Over George. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Pachulia.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in a big pile.
Yeah, and those hustle points are just another reason they're in control.
Mavericks leading by 17. Felton kicks to Matthews. And he gets it to go. Matthews has got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Matthews with the steal. Ball going up court. Nice shot by Felton. Felton has got 15 points.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And he gets the bucket. 8 points for him.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Turner. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Talk about a terrific game for Turner. He has 12 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
No good on that one. Some changes for Indiana. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Paul George. And George Hills subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Dallas also making some changes. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Pachulia. Chalmers comes in for Raymond Felton. And Barea subbed in for Williams. Wesley Matthews on the wing. 1:32 left to play here in the half. Here's Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 9 assists now tonight.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 15 points for Miles Turner.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
There's the pick. Pass to Powell from 18 feet away. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
To the middle. Outside for Miles. Fires from deep. They get the rebound.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
That's good. Chalmers has got 14 points for the game.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Right side Matthews. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Turner, and he banks in the layup. 17 points in the game.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Here's Barea. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Mavericks ahead, running away with it. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Leading the way at the start, it was Wesley Matthews. He ended up with 22 points, 7 assists, and 1 block. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively in the paint. They're getting walked over down low, giving up a ton of points. Barbecue chicken everywhere, with the sauce, without the sauce. We're having a Thanksgiving feast in here. That's a recipe for disaster. They cannot keep letting guys drive the lane, layups, lobs. Defense is weak, Ernie.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Matthews. 22 points and 7 assists.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
George Hill out there with Ellis. Then there's Gooden. Then it's Paul George. And it's Turner in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. They double him with Matthews. The drive by Ellis. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's now 17 points for Monte Ellis.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
The Pacers shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Hill dishes to Ellis. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Parsons. No luck. Good work defensively by Turner.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
From deep, Williams. And that one's good. Williams has got 12 points in the game.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems because they can hit it even when you start to defend it with intensity. And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
Hill passes to Turner. And Pachulia pulls it down. Dallas has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Right side, Williams. The kick out to Matthews. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists in the game. Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And that one's good by Gooden.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. Gooden with the steal. Hill with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Hill. He's got 10. He dishes it to George. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The open shot, Ellis, and the shot is long.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kicks to Matthews. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And that one's good. 20 points for Monte Ellis.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Now here's Pachulia. Good in defending. Nowitzki kicks to Williams. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Matthews. Pacers with the rebound. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
An interconference matchup. Last season, they went 2-0 against this club.
And guys, when you've got 2 teams like these on the playoff bubble, every game matters. This should be a good one.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Drew Gooden. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. Here's George. Oh! Boom, he jams it straight down.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists, partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
J.J. Barea checked in for Dallas. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Back to Felton. He kicks it to Pachulia. To the left side wing. And Barea with the basket on the assist by Pachulia. Barea's got 8 points.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Outside Hill. On the wing, Hill. He's looking for Mahimi and finds him. And Hill is good for 3. 13 points in the game.
George!
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around, the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Nice shot by Felton. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Stuckey with another miss. Dallas has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. It's taken away by Stuckey. Pacers have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Takes a 3. Kept alive. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Mahimi's got 9.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Left side Parsons. It's stolen by Mahimi. Now the Pacers moving it up. Hill leading the charge. And it's George finishing it off.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Parsons comes with a double team. To the middle. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Checking out the game J.J. Barea is having. He has 8 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
That free throw good from Barea.
And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miles is checked in. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Nowitzki dishes to Chalmers. Back to Nowitzki. To the wing on the left. Three-pointer. And Barea with the basket on the assist by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 8th assist here tonight. Right side Hill. All alone. Good. He hits the jump shot. Dallas has gotten all 4 of the three-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. Shoots. Again, the Mavericks score.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers on that feed.
Indiana's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Inside, here's Hill. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Hill's got 6.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
And the Pacers shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Stuckey for 3, and the shot is good. 9 points in the game so far.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Up top, Barea. He's guarded by Hill. At the elbow, it's Parsons. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Outside Hill. To the paint. Here's Stuckey. Rejected by Nowitzki. Felton kicks to Chalmers. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Chalmers has got 19 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Miles, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Over in the corner, Chalmers shoots from the baseline, and the Mavericks get another bucket right there.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
And here's Miles outside, and the Pacers another 3.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, You have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
Here's Stuckey. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And what a tremendous game for Rodney Stuckey. 9 points and 9 assists. He's played a huge role in this game.
Even though he probably wasn't a big part of the game plan coming in.
Shooting for Indiana.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Greg, you were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Hill, no good. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Chalmers, finished off the break. Chalmers has got 23 points.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Shot's good.
For 3.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Mavericks on top, just dominating this one. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next.
Every dime is a flake.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Indiana's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Powell. Chalmers is out there with Harris, and there's JaVale McGee.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at a crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not mature to the point that you would have expected.
Anderson outside. Hill has the open look. And the 3 off target. Maverick shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Here's Mejri. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 5 assists tonight. Pacers shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Miles, that's good.
This guy knows how to get it done. He knows what he's doing out there. A nice job from the three-point line this half.
Harris passes to McGee.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
They get it again.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one. Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
Now, here is Young. Outside Hill. And again, it's the Pacers from deep. With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot making gives you a chance to do that.
Young dishes to Miles. And here's Anderson from the arc, and he gets the bucket.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And Chalmers kicks to McGee. Chalmers passes to Harris. Dallas moving it around. Knocked away. It's stolen by Hill. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Mavericks have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. This one for 3, and there's Devin Harris on the assist by Chalmers. 6 points for Devin Harris.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
To the middle. Here's Hill. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's on its way from Chalmers for 2. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
For Dallas, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. McGee dishes to Powell. Here's Mesri. Hill gets the rebound. Indiana's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. It's Anderson with the drive. Hill against Chalmers. From deep, Miles. No good. Dallas has gone. There was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
For Dallas, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. McGee dishes to Powell. Here's Mesri. Hill gets the rebound. Indiana's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. It's Anderson with the drive. Hill against Chalmers. From deep, Miles. No good. Dallas has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And he lays it straight in.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
From 13, and that one comes up a bit short. Mavericks shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Over in the corner, Chalmers. Young with the steal. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Finished off the break. Anderson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Harris outside. Here's Mesri. The rebound by Young. Pacers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And here's Anderson from the arc. And the shot is good.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Harris kicks to McGee. Here's Mesri. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
JaVale McGee.
And for the Pacers, they're shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. And Anderson has it in the corner. Nice open look, but it's no good. Down low, stolen by Miles. Anderson against Harris. They get it back. Another shot. It's blocked. And here is Chalmers. Here's Powell. And it's Miles with the rebound. There's the dish to Hill. Finished off the break. Hill's got 10 points in just the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Harris kicks to Chalmers. Misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Drew Gooden has checked in for Jordan Hill. The Mavericks also with a sub. Lee's checked in for JaVale McGee. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Indiana. Lawson comes in for Young. The Pacers shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Lawson kicks to Stuckey. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Dallas has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And the basket by Chalmers.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Hill. Pass to Miles. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Miles has got 15 points here in the second half. Dallas shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Solomon Hill. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. Ellis is checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And George Hills subbed in for Ty Lawson. Now here is Hill, guarded closer. That drops.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
That's a 2 from Matthews, and it's Dallas with another.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Ellis left side. Here's Turner, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
On its way from Parsons for 2, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
George passes to Turner. There's the feed to Ellis. Off the screen, he lays it in. Ellis has got 9 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Back to Parsons. That one's good. From the corner. Parsons got 25 points.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Here's Ellis.
It really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Dallas leading by 21. Gooden with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Drops in the breakaway layup.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
Over in the corner, Matthews. And Dallas again with the bucket. Hill with it.
started.
And the Pacers call time here.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Here's George. Off the screen. Here's Turner. Banked in off the glass. Turner's got 21.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Barea kicks to Matthews. Dishes to Nowitzki. Back to Matthews. The pass to Barea. Dallas moving it around. Parsons. Here's Nowitzki. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
dunk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the bump.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Here's George. A huge slam, but perfect end to the fast break.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
To the inside. The kick out to Matthews.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence, but I think it's clear that analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with the first victory for this matchup with a 1-0 record against the Pacers.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Matthews. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with the first victory for this matchup with a 1-0 record against the Pacers.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Matthews. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
It's good again, and an excellent 7-for-8 shooting night so far.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Pachulia. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Here's Dallas. Parsons for three. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. He feeds it to Hill. Back to Stuckey. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Dirk Nowitzki. And Dirk, what was the key to the team's success inside tonight?
Well, I think our points of pain come more in transition. We got to push the ball. That's where we are best. We're not really a slow, grinding out kind of team. But if we do have to, and it's a slow game, then we got to find a way to penetrate some, make the defense collapse, and finish on the basket some. I was able to get in there some, so that was big for us, play inside out.
Dirk, great job. Thank you so much. Kevin, you don't necessarily always need a post to score inside.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Wesley Matthews.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.